And hello, boys and girls. This is your old pal, Uncle Al, aka Diebulfrog79. Please like, sub, and also leave a comment for this video. Now, uh, Florajungle1 did a video. It was a good one. It was answering the 6 serious question tag. So I know Dee Dee in English. Her name is Dee Dee. She lives in England. Sometimes she's on the live stream, and it's a good chat. So anyway, Dee Dee, I used to live in England a long time ago. That was back in the 80s during Margaret Thatcher. And I can't talk about it because a lot of people didn't know that Uncle Alan used to live in England. Most of my memory is gone from that, and I'm kind of got bits and pieces. I think I have a wife and kid over there that's still looking for me. I'm not too sure. Lost a lot of brain cells. Okay, 6 things for Dee Dee, aka Floral Jungle. You live in a flat's comfortable, not a problem. Depending on the problem you have, because it is the UK or London, depending where you're at, bugging in is only about 2 weeks. Depending on the problem again. It could be nuclear, biological, terrorism, you name it. Best you could do is 2 weeks. There's a lot of problems living in a flat during Uncle Alan knows. Um, During that time, what I recommend, don't use the refrigerator or freezer like in World War II. They didn't have both, so you gotta think like in World War II. What did they have? Mostly use dry goods. Cans are good, but dry goods are better, last longer, and fits in a large plastic food storage bucket that you can pick up fairly easy, free at the local bakers because they use oils to fry things or butter or shortening to cook, and they usually wash those out, recycle them, or give it away free. So you can ask the local baker. Um, you ha- if you're living in a flat, you might have to flee at a moment's notice. Um, your big problems with a flat next to water is heating or cooling the flat. Now, trouble with heating and cooling, Uncle Al knows certain ways to do it and fairly easy with no power. Trouble with the biggest problem with a flat is the toilet system. Depending what floor you're at. If you're on the top floor, not a problem. If you're lower floors, uh, ever seen Poltergeist when all the sewage came out of the toilet? Well, that's what's going to happen in a really bad FTFH. So you got to decide, do you want to see gallons of raw sewage coming up? Uncle Al knows tricks to stop it, but that's another problem you have to deal with. Let's see, what else? Power supply, that's easy as hell. Um, what you use for electrical power, if you just only do lighting and some electrical equipment, it's a small battery bank, no bigger than a bookcase, and a small either a solar cell panel or bicycle generator or a hand cranker. Uncle Alan knows all these stuffs because Uncle Alan preset a flat for somebody in London. I can't remember what 3-letter group was, but it's a self-contained unit. People still can't figure out how come we weren't on electrical or anything. And also drove the trucks crazy because they couldn't pick us up. Little evil laughter. Screw you, am I? Okay. Now, you want to have a bug out bag. Always have a bug out bag. Could be, like I show you, a suitcase, a backpack. It could be anything that you could roll out and leave without creating any suspicion. Take your food bucket, put it on top of the carry-all, has a little handle, strap it down with zip ties, and off you go. You got your food, you got your necessities in a little bag. Looks like a retiree with some stuff going down to the bus station and getting out of town. Okay? You have to have a bug out for 3 days, all right, to get to destination to destination, all right, by bus, by metro, by bike, by foldable kayak, by foot and hand wagon. Easy as pie, folks. Uncle Alan knows all the dirty tricks of London. You have to find a place away from the city in the countryside, like a cottage or a house or someplace away in the woods, away from the city. I like London. It's a very pleasant place to live at if I had money or a expense account. Then I would live in London. There's a lot of things I could do in London to clean it up because the police don't do a really good job of it. So you have Uncle Alan there for a couple of years and he'll get things down to normal where I can have a decent tea and cake. Okay, number 2. That was number 1. That's bugging in and bugging out. Number 2, you can't help stupid people. All right, the government will not save stupid people or help you during an emergency. If you're that stupid, don't listen, don't flee, then you're out there. Best results, look at Hurricane Florence in North Carolina. There's a lot of stupid people that could have fled to safety but stuck around because, well, in the past we had those storms that looked like that. I think, Uncle Alan, you're nuts. Why should we flee? Help us, help us. We're surrounded by 8 feet of water. Okay, that's stupid people. All right, I'm sorry, but Uncle Alan's fed up. He's not going to help you idiots anymore. Sorry, Steve Foco. Sometimes Uncle Alan's had it up to here. I work for several church groups and used to be a missionary. At times, you can't help stupid people. Seriously, are you that stupid? Yes. Go look in the mirror, folks. 80% of you are like that. Okay, what I recommend for number 2, you can't help stupid people. Anybody in England watch the classic video 21 Days and the old BBC show, well, the new remake of it, Survivors. Both are very good programs and both gives you fairly good ideas what's going to happen. 3, living in a flat is always a temporary thing. Do not clutter the flat with stuff. Keep it clean, keep it where you got to leave, and just like that, take your memories, take a few clothing items, everything else will be gone. They did this in the Blitz. A lot of people didn't believe it. Oh, Germany will never bomb London. Guess what happened? With especially the V2 rockets. People came back and found a big hole where their house was because the V2 rocket dropped on it and just, okay? So a flat is a temporary affair, not a house in the countryside or a small town. That'll be forever. There's some houses there since the 1600s for the rats. Okay. So best thing if you're living in a flat, declutter and ready to go. Number 4, sorry, this is going to be a long one. Number 4, making money for Florajungle1 or Dee Dee. You have to go use the computer and a webcam and do e-money making or e-trafficking or e-commerce. Your example is Dee Dee Storytime. Quick way to make some bucks on the side. Also, set up a PayPal account for Dee Dee. For Dee Dee Storytime, 5 to 10 minutes of a make-believe story spoken in a nice, pleasant voice, read by you for small children. Use clip art or clip videos. Oh, God, I can't. You ever have glaucoma? Can't see sometimes. Have clip. Bleh. This is why Uncle Alan doesn't do story time because Uncle Alan has a speech impediment. Show clips of happy things like flowers, babies, puppies, etc. in the background. Ask for donation after each story time. This makes lots of kids happy and it'll make you lots of money. For a price of a small drink or a cup of coffee, you'll make money, Dee Dee. Okay, that was number 4. Number 5, weapons for the UK. A staff. It's a walking staff, anything a meter and a half long, bunted at both ends. What they're going to do, arrest you for walking around with a stick? In England, maybe. A spear. You could use it inside the house or outside the house. You can't carry it in public, but it's considered a wall decoration. I read the bylaws in England. So I could have a spear in my house with tassels. I could tell them it's martial arts implement, and it never leaves my house. It's on a wall hanger, or it's a banner like a cavalry lance with a pendant. In the old days, they used that to run down Jerry, or run down the Huns, or run down whoever's in the way. You could use that when somebody's waving one of these in front of your face. You run them through with the lance or spear. Make sure it's a meter long, meter and a half long to get the most effect. Okay, like I said, remember I showed you the let's put that around. The Koga. Okay, you're asking me where I answered it. This one is a wooden Koga. Okay, only difference with this, it's legal. It's a back massager, pressure point applicator. Instead of having the sharp pointy at both things, we have a Hubble's cat safety one. So when you conk somebody in the head, they don't die. See, punk. And you can take this, make this out of a piece of hardwood, shellac it. They'll do it at a wood shop with a lathe, piece of hardwood, and see how it fits in my hand? You can't see it. And it's almost flesh color. So now Uncle Alan knows martial arts, and Dad on YouTube knows if I know what the pressure points are, this is going to hurt like hell. Or if I don't know the pressure points, if I put this in the where the sun don't shine, this is going to hurt like hell. Trust me, any place where it's sensitive and this point is in there, it's going to hurt. This one is humane, like Hubble's cat. But if you punch in the wrong place, you might kill somebody. But you have to have the strength of Uncle Al, which is kind of dying. I have to hurry up. I'm trying to keep this under 15 minutes because sometimes my computer acts wacky. Okay, traditional, let's see. I gotta get a few things. Traditional nunchaku. Okay, those are made by a piece of cord and 2 pieces of wood. You could get the 2 pieces of wood about long as your forearm, drill 2 holes in it, carve a little channel, and voila, you have part 1 of a nunchuck. You repeat the process, that's part 2. You fire hard on the wood, and you tie it with a simple loop. And then you have a nunchaku to hit people. Unfortunately, if you not practice well, you get brain damage like Uncle Alan, too many shots in the head. Okay? Long chain and short chain. There's a martial arts trick. The silk handkerchief or bandana, like this. What you do, if you want to do it easier, tie it to the end of a padlock, and then you hide it in the padlock, and then you act like Florajungle, a nice English lady, and somebody's trying to mug you, you grab your handkerchief and say, "Oh my," and then you swing it as hard as you can and crack the guy in the skull, the rib cage, the testicles, or bullocks, as they say in England. Another version of that is getting a gym socks and put batteries in it. And again, whack them. My favorite for England, short umbrellas, you take some twist ties and you load it with wrenches on the side and inside and cover it up with the fabric of the umbrella. So when you open it up, you don't see it. But it has wrenches inside, wrenches or rebar that's covered up by the fabric and weighs a ton. But if you get smacked with that, it hurts like hell. Learned it from an Irish guy. Thank you, Ireland. Again, one of my favorite weapons is a meter-long cord with two, what the hell they call it, meter-long cord with two, I gotta fix this one, but with with two wooden beads. I learned that in India from my Hindu friends. So if you ever figured this weapon out, real easy, folks. Put that away. And I'm starting to get over the time limit. Sorry about that. Again, that's a piece of cord with two wooden beads. Number six for Dee Dee. You don't have much money, but you need trade goods. Here's a list of them: honey, salt, soap, bar soap, toilet paper, tampons, sugar, hard candy individually wrapped, liquor of all kinds, smokes, that's tobacco products, cigarettes, tobacco, cigars, ammo. I know it's England, so you can't get ammo. Get slingshot ammo or little rocks or small marbles. You could always sell those. Lead bars, trust me on that. Needles, safety pins, kitchen matches, and candles. And that's it, folks. And you have a nice day. Hit the like or subscribe button. I know this is a long one, but this is for Dee Dee to help her out in Jolly Good, England, or the UK. So let's help Dee Dee out in the UK. Sorry about that. Razor sharp. Catch you later, folks, and you have a nice day.